Pretend it's already working, but not as a lie you tell yourself to avoid pain. Do it like someone who's finally grasped one of the most powerful truths about the mind and about how the universe actually works. You're stuck in patterns that were never truly yours. Patterns you inherited, were taught, or had forced on you from the moment you took your first breath. And those patterns, they act like invisible walls. They shape what you think you deserve, what you believe you can achieve. And worse, they shape what you believe you are. You wake up every day waiting for some external sign, a message, a chance, an open door. But it never comes, because the world doesn't respond to what you wish for. The world responds to what you project. If you move through life like you're powerless, the world will treat you that way. If you speak like you don't matter, that's how people will hear you. If you carry yourself like you're not worthy, life will echo that belief right back at you. Jung said it clearly. You don't become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. And for many people, that darkness has a name: fear of being powerful. It sounds strange, but it's true. What stops most people isn't the fear of failing. It's the fear of seeing themselves as truly powerful. Because stepping into that version of yourself requires something most people aren't ready to give: responsibility, courage. Transformation.it means letting go of the version of you that's been playing small your whole life. The version that's been conditioned, controlled, and held back. And let's be honest, many people would rather stay in a familiar hell than risk walking into an unknown heaven. But I need you to hear this: you are not a fraud. You've just been trained to believe you're small. This modern world is full of distractions, endless comparisons, and artificially manufactured fears. It convinces you that perfection is the goal and that happiness only comes when you reach it. But that finish line never arrives, because the game is rigged to keep you stuck. That's why you need to flip the script. Don't act like you're begging for life to start. Act like someone who already knows it has. Move like you already have what you need. Because once you do, the world, the universe, and even your own cells will begin to align with that new internal script. Your body believes what your mind repeats. Your soul responds to what your body feels. And the world reflects the energy you radiate. Ever notice how some people just own the room without saying a word? They're not better than you, but they've developed something you haven't yet: inner authority. And inner authority can't be bought, borrowed, or faked. It's built. It starts the moment you stop walking like you've lost and start moving like someone who already knows they're on their way. I'm heading toward my destiny. Time doesn't matter. You don't have to wait another day. You don't need every piece of the puzzle. You don't need anyone's permission. All you need is one decision: the decision to act like you've already won. This isn't pretending. This isn't self-deception. It's reprogramming. It's the activation of a code that already exists inside you. A code that only responds to the courage of someone willing to break the pattern. Deep down, you've always known. You've always felt there was something more calling you. You've always sensed you weren't born for an average life. That's why your frustration hurts so much, because your soul is out of alignment with the greatness it knows you're meant to embody. But today, you flip that switch. And when you do, nothing will be the same. You know why it feels like nothing works out for you. Because deep down, you start letting go of things before you've even fully reached for them. You begin a project with one foot in hope and the other in defeat. You dream of a brilliant future, but your heart is still chained to everything that went wrong in your past. You say you want to grow, but a hidden guilt whispers, "I don't deserve this." Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." And that's exactly what's happening. You think it's just bad luck? That the universe is ignoring you? That God forgot about you? But what's really sabotaging your life isn't out there, that it's your internal system. Invisible, subconscious, but incredibly active. A system shaped by every trauma, every rejection, every criticism and abandonment you've ever experienced. And here's the truth: you're trying to create a new life with an old mindset. You're praying for miracles while still afraid to be happy. You ask for opportunities, but deep down you don't feel worthy of them. And the universe doesn't respond to what you ask for. It responds to what you truly believe. Act as if it's already working out, because that's how you start shifting the invisible field around you. There are no coincidences when you show up with clarity and presence. The way you walk into a room, how you carry yourself, how you speak, how you sit in silence, how you think when no one is watching. All of that is sending a message, a signal, and it tells the universe, this is who I am. This is my frequency. This is what I allow. And the response will match that signal. The problem is, you've been doing it backwards. You walk small, speak softly, shrink your presence, apologize for existing, and the world gives you rejection, closed doors, and people who mirror exactly what you believe about yourself. But here's the good news. You can change that. You can rewire this system. And it all starts now, with a simple decision, to act like someone who already has it, who already is it, who knows that success isn't luck. It's just a matter of time. Listen, you don't need to be born into privilege. You don't need connections. You don't need a miracle. You need to make one choice, to stop being who you've always been. And if this message hit you in the chest, if you felt a wave run through your body, that wasn't random. Maybe it's the first real sign life has sent you in months. If it is, what are you going to do with it? If you're still here, it's not by accident. You've already been chosen for this transformation. Now I want you to prove that you're truly committed. How? With one simple but powerful act. Right now, take a symbolic step that reflects your new identity. Click the subscribe button, not for me, for you. Because when you do that, you're sending a clear message to your subconscious. I'm in. I heard the call. I'm not the same anymore. And if anyone mocks you or says it's just a click, remember this. Fools underestimate small beginnings. But the wise know revolutions often start with a single quiet choice. And if you're already subscribed, know this. You are part of a tribe, a quiet army of people who've decided to wake up. You are not alone. You are part of a silent brotherhood, a movement of souls who finally realize that life begins the moment you stop living like a victim and start creating your own reality. Now, let's go one step further. You've already made the decision to act like someone who's already won. You understand now that your mind is the mold for your reality. But here's a question that might shake you to your core. Why are you still clinging to failure? Because the honest answer to that question can change everything. Are you ready? Do you know why life still seems to ignore you? Because without realizing it, you're shouting to the universe that you're not ready yet. Yes, even when you say you want to succeed, want love, want abundance, there's something in your energy, your body language, your reflection in the mirror that says otherwise. Fear, doubt, shame, insecurity. It's like one part of you says, I want to be respected, but another part whispers, but I still don't fully respect myself. The universe doesn't hear your words. It responds to your vibration. And the most powerful vibration isn't desire, it's worthiness. When you walk like it's already yours, speak like you're already living it, and carry yourself like something divine is moving inside you, things start to shift. That it's not magic. It's both physics and spirit. Carl Jung said you attract what aligns with your unconscious. Meaning, reality doesn't reflect what you want, it reflects what you are. And here's the deepest truth of all. As long as you live like life is happening to you, nothing will ever truly belong to you. But the moment you take your place as the creator of your life, that's when what's meant for you begins to find you. I'll ask again. Have you truly decided to be that creator? Or are you still waiting for someone else to give you permission? Because if you're still listening to this, something inside you has already awakened. This isn't just a video. This is a mirror. You didn't find it by chance. Something in your soul brought you here to hear these words. And if you felt that, this is life testing your readiness. So the question is, what will you do with this moment? Will you keep scrolling like nothing happened? Or will you mark this as your turning point? Sure, it may feel like just another video, but maybe it's the sign you silently asked for last night. And if it is, will you let it pass? Do this. If this message hit you deep, if it felt like it was written just for you, then show the universe you got the message. Mark this moment. Subscribe now, not for the content, but because this act represents the person you've decided to become. When you click that button, you're not just turning on a notification. You're triggering your own rebirth. You're telling the universe, I'm here. I've awakened. And from now on, everything will be different. And trust me, the universe hears those who speak from the soul. Do you know what the biggest mistake is after a spiritual awakening? Falling back asleep, ignoring the signs, doubting your process, letting old voices, fear, shame, self-doubt, pull your soul back into silence. That you've already heard the truth. You've already felt that deeper calling. And now, you stand before a choice. Return to the comfortable dark of stagnation, or keep walking, even without seeing the full path. Jung once said, "What you need most will be found where you least want to look." And maybe that place is within you. Maybe it's finally realizing that life never owed you anything, but you owe yourself everything. Yes, what's meant for you will find you, but only after you truly find yourself. Only after you stop chasing crumbs, stop settling for lukewarm love, stop twisting yourself to fit into broken paths, and start living like someone aligned with something greater. And when that moment happens, the right people show up, the right doors open, the right opportunities appear. Not because you forced life, but because you became someone the world can no longer ignore. That's your mission now. Become the kind of person that what you want is already looking for, that it's not about chasing. It's about becoming magnetic. It's about living so fully in alignment with your essence, your truth, your purpose, that everything meant for you flows your way, like it was always meant to. Because it was. But only after you believe. And if this journey speaks to you, if this message hits something deep inside, then now is the time to seal this new chapter. Subscribe. Not like you're just clicking a button. Subscribe like you're planting a seed. Like you're writing a new chapter of your story. Like you're saying, from this moment on, I've decided to be found. Then go to the comments and write one sentence. I'm ready to be found. Those who read it will know. And you? You'll remember, because sometimes, all it takes is a quiet beginning to activate the greatest transformation of your life. If this message spoke to something deep inside you, don't let it fade into just another video. Mark this moment. Declare to yourself and to the universe, I'm not going back to who I used to be. Click subscribe, not as a favor to me, but as a promise to yourself. A promise that from this day on, you choose to rise, to awaken, to create. And if you know someone who's ready to hear this, someone who's forgotten their own power, share this video with them. Be the spark in someone else's awakening. Because the world doesn't change when people are saved. It changes when people remember who they truly are. Let's light that fire together.